All right, then. I'm pushing the button in a 3, a 2, a 1.
Welcome to episode 439 of the Geeks for the Win podcast, the tech and gaming podcast from the geeksforthewin.com, where we cover all things geeky. I'm your host, William, and I'm joined with my co-host, Stuart.
Known across the internet as Casual Terror.
Alrighty, this week we're doing our tech and gaming episode.
Yes.
Stuart, all I see is OBS logo on my side.
There you go.
I put it in the chat. Okay. I was like, I put in the chat, but
I forgot to restart the virtual camera when I restarted OBS.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, we're back this week. Man, we're almost at the end of the year. Like, or
Yeah, I mean, Christmas is a week from tomorrow. And then a week after that is New Year's.
It doesn't feel that long, but yet it does feel even longer. Like, time is weird when you get older
Sure is.
and have a pandemic going on.
Sure does.
It's like that just has thrown a monkey wrench into everything, and
it's been a different couple years.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But we also knew that, that we weren't going to get back to the way we were before. Like, I don't think we'll ever go back to the way we were before in 2019. I think there'll always be something, something will be different.
I mean, what's going on in the news now? Yeah, like, was it the Omicron variant or whatever? It's like
Omicron per CIA. I cannot hear it without hearing.
I know.
Planet from the Omicron per CIA.
I know. That's exactly what I think of. But yeah, apparently I've read like apparently that's like some of the vaccines don't cover that or something. Like, I don't know. I haven't looked too much. I've just seen headlines of things and I'm just like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Here we go again. Like, it'd be a lot better. I wouldn't be as worried if our government would handle situations like these better.
It's not so much the government as the people who are fighting against the government.
I guess, yeah.
It's a certain group of people. Either side. They're on both sides. Who are just, you can't tell me what to do. And that's it. That's their main state. You cannot tell me what to do. That's all it is.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't know. I heard something that was just like, I was just like, oh my God, I forgot that's a thing. There's a basketball player, Kyrie Irving, who's supposed to be making $35 million this year, but he's not playing because he won't get the vaccine.
Well, that's on him then.
Yeah.
That's his fault.
I want to say they said I can't find this, but apparently, like, I heard that from sports podcasts I listened to, that he said he would be willing to get a plant-based vaccine
as opposed to meat-based.
Yeah, I don't. This is also, Stuart, this is also a person who, like I said, making $35 million a year. He's had a movie based off of a persona called Uncle Drew that I don't know if you've heard of that or not, but
No.
he had a big movie that had like Shaq and a bunch of other people in it who all it's like he plays this older like character who, Uncle Drew, this old guy who balls out, but like, he's a big deal. He's an NBA champion even. And not only about the vaccine thing, he's a flat earther.
Drop him off the face of that flat earth then.
It's just ridiculous. Like, oh my god, like, yeah, successful people can be stupid as hell too.
Oh no, we know.
Um,
We know that.
yeah. Okay. We got some stuff to talk about. I'm bringing hardly anything, but Stuart, what have you been up to?
I got stuff. Well,
Yes.
if you've been paying attention to my Twitter, you've noticed I've been streaming a bit lately, but not here, not on Twitch. I have been streaming on YouTube. And I just kind of like, it's really kind of just to see kind of if I like it better or not. And in some respects I do, in some I don't. Like the whole this is like more tied into YouTube directly because your VODs instantly become YouTube videos. And you can easily just see kind of like, just see like the reach of your video and all that kind of stuff. It's just instantly see all that stuff and like where they're coming from, what actually works. That's cool. But the actual streaming on YouTube, that needs a bit of work. Like OBS. Using OBS to stream to YouTube, which is relatively new. Like as in with like a couple of updates ago. Like I want to say 7.1.1, I think was, and we're on 7.1.3. Like it was like recent. You can't chat in the YouTube on the Twitch on the rewind. You can't chat on OBS to YouTube. What you have to do is you have to, like, the chat is there, you can see it, but you can't type back. Like there is no, send message area like there is with Twitch. You have to, if you want to do that, you have to pop out chat and then put it in as a doc on OBS. Although
That's irritating.
I use Stream Elements, and it took me a minute to get it to work because it was still trying to pull stuff. It was still trying to pull my Twitch stuff instead of my YouTube stuff, which is actually what caused my issue right before the stream. It because I use Stream Elements. It was saying, "Hey, you can what settings do you want to use for your YouTube stream?" I'm not streaming on YouTube. I'm streaming on Twitch. I don't recognize that. Okay. So I had to completely just redo Stream Elements real quick, and that fixed it. I had to log out and log back in under my Twitch. But if you use Stream Elements, you do get you can chat there. But like a lot of like I don't know. I did during one of my streams, I kind of just did a look, just kind of like through YouTube, like all the gaming streams and stuff to see if I could find my stream, and I couldn't. So I don't know if it's just not showing me mine, or if it's not showing it to anybody. I don't know. If it's not showing it to anybody, but that's a problem. It's not working.
So there's no point. There's no point, right?
Like you would have to already be following my channel to know I'm streaming. That's a discoverability issue. Well, yes, on Twitch, if you're streaming something like, say, Warzone, you gotta fucking scroll all the way down to find the the single digit streamers You gotta scroll all the way the fuck down, past 1,000
But
other
you'll
other people.
find them. You'll find them guaranteed if you
Right.
do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're there.
that way. Yeah.
But on YouTube, I'm not sure they're there. That's the other thing. Like, I don't know if they're there. Like, the bigger streamers, definitely they're there. But little old me, no, I don't know. Um. So I don't know. Um. Like YouTube and like streaming on YouTube though, it's wonderful. Like I'm at 1080p, 60 frames, wonderful. I cannot stream on with 1080p on Twitch. I just won't do it because bitrate is lower, and it bitrate on Twitch is just barely into 1080p, while on YouTube it's like triple the bitrate limit. So it's just like if YouTube and Twitch had a baby, it'd be the best streaming service ever. And with the way that Twitch has been going, that may just end up being YouTube once they get some more features. Like I know sometime soon they're going to get the feature to be able to gift a membership, because they don't call them subs, they call them memberships. You'll be able to gift membership.
Because it's not bits, it's super chats.
Yeah, and that's actually direct money. So it's not like
Yeah.
it's not like bits where you can like do a survey, watch an ad or something, and get that through other means. But yes, and on YouTube it's super chats.
You can't watch an ad anymore to get bits. Like they took that out.
Yeah, and then
It's
they
just the
took that out.
occasional survey if you're signed up with that thing.
And
But
something that YouTube used to do, but got rid of like last year. That was if you had a YouTube Prime or YouTube Premiere, whatever the YouTube, what used to be YouTube Red.
premium. Yeah.
Premium. It used to also give you a free membership to any channel, just like Twitch Prime. They got rid of that. They should not have. That should have been a thing that they should have kept.
How much is premium?
It's like 7 a month.
See, yeah, then that's that could be the reason, because like Prime is like a lot more a month, you know.
True, but you're getting a lot more with Prime though. You're not just
Yeah.
you're not just getting Twitch. You're getting Amazon.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah. I don't know. There's lots of numbers and stuff. People way smarter than us are figuring all the intricacies of
You
of
think, but with the way that
oh,
Twitch has
yeah.
been doing stuff lately, I'm not so sure. Because somebody on Twitch, and this I read this last night, decided that for new bannable words, I'm gonna be fucked. And I'm gonna say one of them right now. Damn. That's a bannable word on Twitch now.
It's weird. What? Okay, this is. Let me. That's weird.
Oh, what's another one? Cracker. Somebody. I actually saw an article today that somebody did get banned for that one. And a phrase that has to deal with the Civil War is also a new bannable bannable word.
Okay, cracker thing came up. Oh.
I read that, I'm like, oh my god, I don't. I'm fucked. If like I will get banned then if somebody reports it that I said damn.
Yeah. The and I've read some stuff like as far as the bannable stuff, like it depends on how it's used in context. Maybe, maybe not. I don't
I,
know.
no,
I've
no,
seen both sides of that argument. Mostly when they banned that S word.
yes. What with that one though? That one you cannot do that one in a different term, in a different way.
I mean, you could refer to it as like they banned the S word, but you can't
Simp.
use it as
We're
like,
talking about
yeah,
simp.
yeah, you can't use it as like a regular everyday word, but you can refer to it as the word it is. I think I saw someone say.
I
I don't
don't.
know, but I didn't even know what that word was till I saw it was banned. To be honest,
Oh no,
like,
I definitely heard it and seen it a bunch.
I mean, I know what it. I'm familiar with what it refers to,
Yeah.
but I just never knew the word.
Yeah.
Like,
There's just a term that that refers to that now.
there's a lot of like words and stuff that I've probably seen, but don't know what they are, and yeah.
See, that's why every now and then I come across a TikTok of a person like us explaining what new terms mean, what new slang terms mean. Like, yay! I like this. I like this TikTok channel. Yay!
It's so dumb though. Like,
Well, I mean,
I hate cap. I hate it.
cap. I was like, wait, you're replacing the
I'm the
word
old
lie.
man
Like,
shaking his fist. Get off my lawn when it comes to that word.
like
Like, I don't like it.
it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense because you're replacing a one syllable word, three letter, one syllable, three letter word with another one syllable, three letter word.
Right? Like,
That
it's just,
doesn't make
yeah.
sense. I'm with you. Totally with you.
It frustrates me more than it should. I realize it shouldn't frustrate me as much as it does, but it does. Like,
It's when that's you realize it's like, oh, I'm getting old then.
yeah.
It was when like on fleek was being used like, oh fuck,
Oh,
I'm old.
God, I forgot about that.
And that was like that's a long time ago.
That's
And I
cringy.
still
That
don't even
makes
know
me
what that means. I still
cringe.
don't even know what that means. I've heard it. I don't remember it.
I don't. Yeah.
And I
I
don't care to
think I
look it
have
up.
an
I don't
understanding,
care to
but
look it up.
yeah. Yeah, that fleek, that just makes me cringe when I hear it just cuz it sounds like it, like, Dark Knight uh Returns, like the Batman's old, and he, in the one, Carrie Kelly, the female Robin, Batman is older,
Mhm.
and then it's the dystopian future, whatever, and they have all those like jargon, all those like
Sure.
slang. Yeah, it sounds like that,
Sure. Like
or like in Batman Beyond when
Batman
they
Beyond
have
is
like,
what I thought. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it just feels like one of those, like, it feels like a Hollywood writer came up with something he thought is going to be a slang term, sounds like a futuristic slang term, and but it's actually a term, and it's just frustrating. Like, I
Yeah.
don't like feeling old. Like my body already tells me I'm getting old. I don't need like society to tell me again.
Well, here's one thing. I don't think that our generation will ever get to the point where we don't know how to use technology because we grew up with technology. We're used to learning new technology all the time. Whereas in older generations, they weren't programmed to learn something new all the time. We are.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just
I saw a TikTok yesterday. It was a good example of what it's like to actually do IT for the older generation. It was son, come in here. I just tried to put it on my shoe. Oh, okay. What'd you do? I threw it at the wall. Okay. Did you try putting it on your foot? I did that. I threw it at the wall. Okay, but that's a different thing. That's not. It sounds the same to me. Like,
yeah.
oh God, yes, that's exactly what it's like.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't know. I hate TikTok because it makes me feel old half the time.
You got to find the TikTokers that are our age because they're definitely out there.
I find them, but then I find the ones that are our age reacting to there's this one sound that the younger generation won't
Oh
know,
my God,
but you'll know
yes,
and it's the dial-up sound.
it's the dial-up sound,
Like,
and I was like,
yeah.
can I not hear that for the 50th time? I mean, come on. Let's
And
get
it's like,
let's get
like,
past that one. Let's get past that trend.
yeah, like, oh my God. Like, but that's true. Yeah, it is true. They wouldn't know that sound.
Nope.
Like yeah. So you think okay, Stuart, you think of the new generation, what do you think would be a more recognizable sound? The sound of TV static or the dial-up sound? That's a
Static.
good question, isn't it? Okay.
Static because I feel like it's not used in context very often, but it is used as like just a sound effect.
Okay, yeah.
Where the
But
dial up
it's
is not really used as a sound effect.
gotcha, yeah. But it's like it's two things we both are very familiar with and and suffered with. Like those two sounds are not like happy memories for me. And I don't know about you, but like when the cable was out and static and
Yeah.
the dial up trying to connect and then hoping it connects, Because, younger generation doesn't know. Sometimes you couldn't, sometimes your dial up connection wouldn't work. Like
True.
it just wouldn't, even though the telephone line
It's true.
worked fine. Just for whatever reason, it just didn't work. Yeah. Yeah. We're getting old. And the
We
I
are.
feel like we talk about this a lot more, more and more as we get older, we're talking about we're getting old.
Yeah.
But
Anyway,
yeah, YouTube
YouTube
gaming.
Gaming, it has potential. It definitely has potential to take over Twitch. But it definitely needs to add some of the better features that Twitch has to really take
Yeah.
it.
I mean,
Also, like,
just because it's YouTube alone, yeah, it has a potential. Just
right.
that alone, yeah.
Also, stuff like extensions. That also is something that YouTube gaming should have, and definitely something a lot more with like audience interaction stuff. That I think that kind of comes with extensions.
But the Stadia, they talked about having, I don't even know if they ever implemented that stuff or not.
I don't think I remember. I don't remember what you're talking about.
When they announced like Stadia, they were talking about like they're gonna have where like you can like YouTubers or people on YouTube can be playing a game or streaming it or whatever, and then you can like pick up their save files or whatever and start from their save files, and or you could click a button to load the game that they're playing on the state. Like they had a
Right.
wide variety of, or not a lot, but they had a few like weird things that like
Right,
uh,
which would have
uh,
been nice,
uh
but Stadia had an initial problem of running and actually getting people to
yeah.
use it.
But you gotta give them credit. They haven't given up on it.
Eh,
Which funny enough, I didn't look at it, but I saw a headline that was like Google breaks its own record and shuts down new service within 3 months, and I'm like, wait, what service did they come out with 3 months ago?
yeah, I mean that's also I think what definitely hurt Stadia was that Google has a track record of just shutting things down.
Oh, here it is. Google sets a new record, shuts down a service after only 3 months. What is it? Uh, 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 newsletter service? I don't even know what this is.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah. Hmm. Weird. But yeah. That is the whole thing behind Google though, is yeah, they have a track record of shutting stuff down even if people liked it.
Yeah, RSS reader, looking at you.
Oh my god. Yeah, I miss it. Yeah.
Google
Hey.
inbox, looking at you.
Yeah. Um
But yeah, I think YouTube gaming could definitely be the place once. I mean, so many streamers are kind of starting to move over to or away from Twitch and onto YouTube.
I mean, people go to YouTube anyways. I mean, as I don't know if you saw Minecraft views hit 1 trillion on YouTube.
Sure, I believe it.
They had a special, like they replaced the logo with like it was a little on YouTube for like a few days with like a 1 trillion, and it was like Minecraft animated and whatever.
Sure.
I noticed that before I knew what it actually it was. I was like, oh, they hit some milestone. Huh. I wonder if it's just all of gaming, and it's like, no, it was just Minecraft. And I'm like, oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. So just because, it's just transitioning people from like the mindset of YouTube's not just, posted videos. It's actually live. I think that's going to be one of
Yeah.
the most difficult challenges to get people to
Like I think
not think of it
YouTube
that way.
Shorts, I think that's also something that cuz it's YouTube Shorts,
It's
It's
TikTok.
TikTok. It's literally
Yeah.
TikTok. Cuz I've actually posted some YouTube Shorts. Um like I did one. Like it was literally I made the TikTok, download the TikTok video, and just put that TikTok video on YouTube Shorts.
Oh yeah,
That
I know
was literally
people
what I did.
who are doing that.
And you know what? It worked because holy shit, did I get like so many views and all that kind of stuff? That was like, definitely the way to do that. That's definitely that is the way to get your channel out there is YouTube Shorts.
Hmm.
But some of the things that I'm streaming on YouTube have been Warzone. Whoops. There we
I'm
go.
like, wait, what?
There
Okay.
we go. Cut off the Warzone logo. Warzone got a huge update last week. Yeah, last week. New map. Totally new map. Not just we destroyed a parts of the city. Nope. Whole new map. It's tropical. It's definitely it's based off World War II, which is Vanguard, and I I like it better because it's a lot brighter, it's a lot easier to see people. I've not played a whole lot on it, um, and what I don't know how like the Warzone community at large kind of feels about this, but like the Warzone mode proper, you cannot use your Warzone or your Modern Warfare or Black Ops weapons. You have to use uh, Vanguard weapons.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So like if you were playing Warzone, so you're playing Warzone and you have certain weapons, and then Vanguard came out. Now you can't use those.
Yes. Well,
Oh, that's kind of
this
sucks.
new map. And there are modes that do
Was it?
allow you to use
It's just the new
Modern Warfare.
map.
It's
Okay.
no, because that's all it is. It's only this map.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's only this map. There's no rotation. But there are modes that do allow you to use your Modern Warfare and Black Ops weapons. It's just the proper version of Warzone or the main mode. It's Vanguard only.
The install file size still ridiculous as can be.
Let's look. Let's do a quick look. Well, okay, let's look at Vanguard itself. Vanguard itself is 75 gigs.
Okay, yeah, not bad.
But Warzone,
Typical.
120.
Yeah, that's.
I think it's smaller than it used to. It's smaller than it used to be. But it's still quite big.
I mean, yeah, considering it's just one mode for the most part, right?
No, it's like
Or one map, I should say.
it is
like,
one map.
Yeah,
But it's like,
that's where most of the resources are. Is just that map, I would imagine.
well, there's also like, oh god, there's so many operators at this point. So yeah, there's all the new operators that are coming in all the fucking time. New weapons are constantly coming in. New, you got skins for all of those, reticles, stickers. They've added a new thing, kill cam frames.
Now, does the Warframe or is not Warframe Warzone? Is that like? Is there an option to not download like the 4K textures and all that stuff,
Yes.
or is there?
Yeah, you
Oh, there is?
you can
Okay.
just download Warzone only, not the multiplayer, not the campaign. It's just Warzone. That's that 120.
But I mean, like I'm saying, like the 4K textures and stuff like that, or is that just like built into Warzone automatically?
That I believe there is a high res. Let me pull up the Blizzard launcher real quick.
Because I remember that I'm like downloading high or the texture packs and the high, you know, high texture packs and stuff used to be kind of a, people were kind of, that was kind of a hassle. People complained about having to do that versus it being baked in. But with games being this size, like I'd like that option,
Okay, no,
since I'm
they're
not running 4K.
okay. The options for Warzone, it's Warzone campaign, multiplayer, special ops, and survival. That's it.
Okay. So it's just the modes. Okay.
Yeah, so there's no so yeah, you would download the high res texture packs.
Yeah, which sucks because it's like you and me, we don't have 4K monitors, so we don't need that. That
Cold
would probably
War,
take.
that was an option,
Oh, see, okay, yeah, I thought that was an option at one point.
and Vanguard,
because that would take up
that's not an option. Only Cold War had that option.
okay, that would free up a bunch of space though, you know, going from 1080 to 4K. Yeah.
And actually, I can probably uninstall Cold War because I'm never going to go back to that one. There we go. I'm just uninstalling Cold War right now. So that's not a game I will probably ever play again. But I still am playing the multiplayer of Vanguard though, because I do have fun playing that. But I've only played the new map a couple times. Not very often, or not very much. But so far I like it. There are planes in this map, and from what I can tell, nobody can fly them. Because every kind of clip I've seen of somebody using a plane is the get in a plane, oh shit, crash. That's literally every single time I see it. And they as of like midnight, the midnight last night, they updated the playlist, and now apparently Krampus is running around the map just killing people.
That's great.
And people are pissed. Because apparently he's like really fucking strong, and and you just have to run from him, and he's like OP, and he's just messing people's games up.
They should do the whole Thanos thing where like if you kill him, you become him, and then because that's how Thanos in Fortnite originally was. It was a player controlled him, and then if he got killed, whoever killed him would become him, and it was kind of fun.
That may be what it is. I don't know. I have not seen it. I just saw it on Reddit that people were complaining that Krampus is too strong and should not be in the main mode.
I mean, that's half of Reddit is complaining.
So. I mean that is the entire Warzone Reddit though.
Ah, okay.
That is the entire Warzone Reddit is just complaining.
I don't look at that, but yeah.
But the other thing that I've been playing / streaming has been the Halo Infinite single player, the campaign. And I'm kind of liking it. It's it's not like I want to play it all the time. Like I've not beat it yet. I'm just kind of slowly going through it, but it's not bad. I kind of like it. I'm enjoying the open world. It's very like I said this when I first got into the open world. I was like, it feels very like Far Cry. Like I get like a very kind of like Far Cry open world feel to it. But it's really different, not being led down a single path as Master Chief and just roaming and just coming across just a camp full of just banished. They're not Covenant, they're banished. But yeah, so far I'm liking it. Not following the stories very much though. I'm so confused on the fucking story. And I even went back and watched like this. Here is the story of every single game up till Halo Infinite. It includes Halo Wars and Halo Wars 2 because apparently those are so tied in with the campaign. And I watched it all. I watched the whole thing and realized like I remember fucking nothing of Halo 5. Like the whole thing with the whole plot, I totally forgot. Like the only thing I remembered about Halo 5 was Spartan Locke was going after Master Chief. That was all I remembered. Did not
Is that the
remember.
one where Cortana goes crazy, or is that
Well,
4?
she kind of starts going crazy in 4,
Yeah.
but she's full on crazy in 5 apparently,
Yeah.
and like
Okay.
is like recruiting other AIs to her side, and like has these huge ass giant robots that are just doing these massive EMP waves across planets and stuff. I didn't remember that at all. And I mean, they're like, these are like massive, like almost planet-sized robots. They're huge. Didn't remember that at all. And they're called Guardians, you know, the subtitle of Halo 5. Didn't remember that at all. But so I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I remember. That was weird because that's what Destiny player. That's what they're called, or Guardians. I remember when that was a weird thing that happened, when that came out. It was like, oh, Halo Guardians, but Bungie, who made Halo, is Destiny, and those are Guardian. Like what?
And now Halo weapons are in Destiny. Like, what? Okay, that's weird, huh?
Yeah. Well,
But like, okay, I got all that stuff. I even watched like another video that even went down deeper and like in like the 5 books that are between Halo 5 and Infinite. I'm like, okay, maybe they will explain who this new AI named weapon is. No? Okay. So I'm completely lost on what the fuck just happened. On who this person is that we're supposed to know, apparently. I don't know. So nope. Apparently you're not supposed to know who Weapon is, or why she's there, or what led to you leaving her there, or why the Halo ring is semi destroyed. You have no idea. Like, okay, I guess it's gonna be told
always,
in audio logs, because that's a
I've
fantastic way
always
to tell
been
a story.
confused by Halo story. It's always confused me, to be honest. I've never read the books or anything like that, but
I read the first couple,
just
like the first 3.
just the game stuff. I've always I kind of understand what's going on, and then I hear some people talk about it, and I'm just like, that's not what I got out of it. What? Like like Knox, for example, when he would rant on about Halo, I'm like, oh, did we play the same game?
Not sure. But apparently you go into this like you don't know what happened before this. Like the events that are kind of like, oh shit happened. You have no idea. But the chief knows, you don't. That's weird. And I'm assuming it's going to be told through audio logs, which I'm not. There's quite a few audio logs, but they're in places where like, okay, grab this audio log. I'm going to listen as I keep going forward. Nope, this audio log was right outside a cutscene. So it cuts off
Oh,
the
that's
audio log.
stupid.
I'm like, well, okay, that's dumb, because then I'm going to go back to the audio log. I'm never going to fucking do that. So, yeah, that's annoying, and I don't like that it does that.
Is this the one where the original teaser was like some pilot in a ship awakens Master Chief?
Yes. Yes, that is the
Okay.
beginning of the game.
That came out. I remember that being so long ago. I wasn't sure if that was Halo 5 or this,
Nope.
because I remember that reveal. That reveal was a long time ago.
It was a while ago. And yes, that is
Yeah.
that is the beginning of
Okay.
Halo 5. Or
Okay.
Halo
Yeah.
Halo Infinite.
I was hesitant to ask because I'm like, might be a dumb question,
Nope.
but
Nope.
if this,
That was this game.
yeah. I mean, it was delayed a whole year on
Sure.
top of, so yeah, on top of them announcing that way early.
Which they've got, okay, single player wise, it's good. It's perfect. It's fine. Multiplayer wise though, the choices that was made don't make fucking sense. And there was a long article, I think I forget who made this post, very technical kind of post about why decisions were made the way they were, and it still doesn't make fucking sense. Like, yeah, we didn't put Slayer or SWAT as its own playlist because of technical reasons. What? No, that doesn't make fucking sense. That should have been a mainstay. That should have been a main thing you should have fucking done.
I mean, it'll come eventually, I'm sure. But
It's supposed to come this week.
Okay.
But
Oh, that's quick.
Why? No, it wasn't quick because it should have been at launch. It should have been at the launch of the fucking beta.
I mean, compared to the co-op campaign coming out.
Yeah, you can glitch that. You can go up campaign right now. You can glitch that.
You can, huh?
But only split screen apparent. From what I can see.
Couch. I saw that. Yeah, I did see the couch co-op you can do, but it might delete your save. I saw.
But yeah, I'm just, and the battle pass. That was so poorly thought out.
I saw they made changes recently.
They keep making changes. They're going in the right direction. But they're going in the direction they should have been in from the start.
Okay.
That's the thing. Like, how battle passes are supposed to work. They've been out long enough where you should have had an idea on how they should work. And because of technical reasons you didn't do it. I just think it doesn't.
You had a whole extra year, like,
which makes me wonder, what was the state of this game like last year?
Right? That's exactly.
I think Cyberpunk really fucking scared them.
Oh yeah, it should. Cyberpunk was an awakening for the gaming industry, I feel like.
Yeah. I think
no one talks about Cyberpunk.
I think DICE should have awoken to that as well, but they didn't. Because I don't know, I feel like so many games are coming out in such broken states. Like, Cyberpunk happened. Why is this still fucking happening?
Because it's EA. As far as DICE and Battlefield, because it's EA.
Because EA.
EA and Activision, they both feel like we're untouchable.
That's exactly right.
That's the reason.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Oh my god!
Do whatever
I
want.
Shit is still fucking coming out about them.
Yeah, was it they're doing? People are rallying together to try to unionize, and I saw something about they're putting together funds for potential strike, or and talking about unionizing. And
I mean, I don't know if you saw, there was a report, like I think it was last week, that a woman had her breast milk stolen from the fridge.
Oh
yeah, like, the fuck, like, seriously, that is fucking disgusting. And apparently the pump room is disgusting. Like, the chair, they're provided with like one chair, and there's like one outlet in the room. Like, what has one outlet? And that
right,
and that's used for a lamp.
You have to special order that?
No, it's a lamp, and then breast milk also requires an outlet. So like you can't like plug in a laptop and like continue working or whatever. And like the table is made of wood. And nobody thought, oh, wood, it's porous. It keeps liquid It holds liquid.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm,
you're like, oh my god,
mm.
that's just
No,
disgusting.
no,
That is
no.
disgusting.
Let's switch. Let's switch. I can't. I
No,
can't do this.
if I have to know it, you have to know it too. Sorry.
No, I'm squeamish. I can't. I can't handle stuff like this.
Ah, but like Activision, like seriously, what the fuck is going on?
Call of
Anyway,
Duty sold out. Sold great. You know, it
yeah,
made them a
and
lot of money. So
some
you
people are
know,
still pissed. Like, and I don't see
World
why
of
people
Warcraft.
are
People are
pissed.
pissed at that, but they still pay. You know, it still makes them money.
It's still the biggest MMO. Like, honestly, it still is the biggest MMO.
Is it?
Yes,
Is Final Fantasy 14 not
it's not even half.
reached that status?
I
Wow.
looked there, and why
Wow.
Activision doesn't say this, I don't know, or why Blizzard doesn't say this, because it's like Blizzard has, like, World of Warcraft has over 100 million subs.
Is it subs or registered players?
Active.
That
There's a website that tracks this stuff.
because I remember wasn't it was 13 million was like a big deal.
Yeah. MMOpopulation.com.
Is it characters or
No, they don't count. Or I don't. Let's see.
because 100 million
Okay,
subs seems a
subscribers
bit much.
is 116 million. Daily players, it's 100 million. It's 1 million. Yeah, this is MMOpopulations.com.
See, when I Google it, it leads to a link, but it also says under the description, estimated to have total players or subscribers, and the number is 116 million. So I feel like if they had over 100 million subscribers, that would be like a thing. Like
Right.
that seems weird.
And at the same time, according to this, um, Final Fantasy has 35 million with 3 million active daily players, which is more than WoW. It's three times more than WoW daily players.
This site's really confusing because yeah, it says how many people play World of Warcraft. We estimate that 1,109,000 people play per day with a total player base of 116 million. So does that mean like that's how many that's total? So that's how many since it started.
Okay. Okay, I no longer believe this website anymore. Okay, WoW was number one. Final Fantasy was number three. Guess what number two is?
Would
Destiny 2.
yeah, because if they had 100 million, that'd be a billion. That'd be over $1 billion a month, right?
I mean, yes. I mean, I believe that, though.
I don't. I don't think that's right at all. Like,
Okay, and here's an article from Screen Rant. This is from
yeah, I'm
October.
looking at it too.
That is, let's see.
Oh, it's not October. Oh yeah, October. It's saying in 2020 they reached like 4.8 million.
Yeah, but that does kind of line up with the active with the daily user. So like, are they using daily? Like, I don't know. Okay, the website that they're da, 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 da.
They're saying player count around 4.8 million in 2020.
Honestly,
So
that I believe that better.
yeah, that makes more sense than 100 million subscribers.
It does.
Like, cause yeah, at their heyday, their highest was like what, like 13 million, and that was like
Yes.
crazy news everywhere. So
Yes.
if that was
I
10
think you're
times
right.
the
Yeah, you're
like,
right.
yeah,
You're right.
something just didn't add up in my head. I was like, this would be news if this happened. Like,
I'm
I
trying
could
to.
around 5 million I could see,
Although
definitely.
I do think that WoW is still number one though.
Oh, it could be, yeah, but I would think Final Fantasy 14 because I hear so much more about that than I do WoW.
Well,
Outside of you,
speaking
of
of,
course. 'Cause
I have also been playing Final Fantasy. Well, okay, I've been trying to play Final Fantasy 14. That's the thing.
oh
I've
yeah,
been
yeah.
trying to play it.
Mhm. Mhm. I've heard some things.
Um, first day, I got in and played a bunch. That weekend, I played a bunch. I instead of playing like the new story stuff, I was trying to level the new Reaper class because it starts at level 70, and the new main story quest starts at level 80. So I had to jump up 10 levels. Um, and but the new Reaper class, I fucking love it. Like it is so good. Like um the other classes that I've mained or that I've played, ninja and samurai, like those I had to kind of look up kind of guides on like, okay, how is this really supposed to flow? What is the how is this supposed to work really? But with Reaper, like it just kind of happened and I just kind of knew. Like it was just kind of like, okay, I totally understand how this works and this is awesome. Um Also, you are a fucking Reaper that has a what they call a void. Shit, what is it called? I don't know. They call it an avatar, which is kind of like this ghostly figure that's kind of pos, pos, possessing you, like doing these amazing attacks. And if you and if you fill your soul gauge up enough, you can let the avatar possess you, and like your eyes glow red, like your clothes change these long flowing kind of tattered robes, and you do this big old flourish of like scythe moves and stuff. It's fucking awesome. it's it's freaking edgy as hell. Like you become a freaking edge lord, but it's awesome. I love it. um but like I spent most of the time just leveling that and getting that to 80. And by the time I got to 80 and started actually doing the main stuff, uh, that's when I was coming across some major issues of like game of the servers going down, of my game just crashing and having to go back into the 3,000 player queue that may or may not crash at any time. So like it's not just like you can set the queue up and then walk away and like go eat dinner or whatever. Nope. You got to baby it because at any point you can just get kicked from the queue and just the game just closes. Which it's annoying, but it's because and we were warned about this ahead. We were warned about this, like this was coming. Like the week before like the early access stuff happened, we were told there will be congestion issues. we will have issues. They will happen because we cannot open new servers because we don't have the parts because of COVID. We cannot build new servers. We cannot open new servers. We're trying. And yeah, and they're having issues. They say they found what was causing the issue of people getting kicked from the queue. They say they found that, and apparently it was a bug from like 1.0 14 years ago that was in the game that is just now unveiling itself.
Wow.
Like, oh shit. Like, okay. Because
it's Y2K logic. No.
Kinda. Like this game had an unusual growth. Like usually MMOs grow, or there's a massive influx of players at the launch of an expansion, and that slowly dies out until the next one, and then it bumps up again, and then you
had a rebirth though, right?
Kind of had this wave. But Final Fantasy had this odd thing happen before the next expansion comes out, where it had a surplus of people coming pre-expansion, and then a bigger surplus when the expansion actually hit. So it had an odd growth that nobody could have saw. So I just like it, and this leads into one of my my news topics. It's gotten to a point where they're not selling the game anymore. They have halted sales of both the expansion and of the complete edition. They have stopped registrations for the free trials. You can, if you have a free trial, you can't even log in unless it's an off-hour time. They will not let you log in.
Oh wow! Don't buy it on Green Man Gaming though. You may not be able to activate it. I don't know, but
you probably can't.
Yeah.
They're halting marketing for the game, except for the ones that they are contractually obligated to continue. So I'm guessing like DoorDash, that one's going to continue.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
But
I saw a TikTok that reminded me. Tom Holland did a commercial for this.
Tom Holland did do a commercial for this. Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. It was a previous expansion, I think.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, it was him and some other dude.
Yeah, it was somebody else. I forget who it was.
It's one of those guys where it's like, oh, I know that guy, but I don't really know his name. I think he plays one of the teachers in No Way Home, or not No Way Home, but like the trilogy, you know, the Spider-Man, Tom Holland trilogy.
Hannibal Buress. That's who. Yeah, it's a face you know because he's a character actor that you've seen a bunch.
Yeah, well, spoilers, I guess he's in No Way Home, but I think he's a teacher in the other movies too, so not really a spoiler, but yeah.
But
yeah, I saw that TikTok and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is a good commercial he did." Like
yeah, Endwalker is great. Like from I think the hardest part lately has been dealing with not spoiling the story because I am not far in it. And there are definitely people who have completed it, so I'm trying very hard not to spoil myself for it. Like I'm dodging two spoiler avoidance on two different fronts right now, both Spider-Man and Endwalker. The Endwalker one, that's going to be a much longer thing that I'm going to try to avoid, and it's going to get harder as more and more people finish it. And I haven't, because I haven't really had a chance to fucking play it.
I feel like the spider. Oh, I don't know your like what your viewing habits on the line is, but I think I feel like in general the Spider-Man one would be like the hardest. It's going to be the challenging one.
Well, it
But
is,
you're seeing that
but it's not
soon,
going to
so
last as long though. Like that's the thing.
yeah,
Like, because I've seen Spider-Man this weekend, so
yeah.
that's going to be one and done. Endwalker, that's going to take me some fucking time. That's going to be some time, and as more time goes on, more people is going to complete it, and that's going to be they're going to be more out there because like, oh, you should have had time to complete the game, but I haven't been able to log in. Well, fuck you. But
So what you're saying is I can't even play the game if I wanted to.
not right now. No.
Darn it, you know? No.
I know you were I know you were thinking about it.
I mean, honestly, it's been a debate for me.
Well, they were gracious enough to give us extra free time in the game. And
That's good.
initially it was 7 extra days, but as of like recently they've added another 14. So but
Imagine that doesn't in the long run that doesn't really cost them too much to do versus, goodwill. The goodwill side of it will make up for
there
whatever
was a
cost it
podcast
does.
I listened to today that talked about, like, somebody did calculations and kind of like how much Square makes on Final Fantasy, and I forget what that number was now. But I mean, that does cut into subscription counts and all that kind of stuff. So that just delays.
Yeah. I do have a question for you
Uh-huh.
that maybe you can answer. Because, like I said, I have been debating about playing this. I was looking at the I don't know, the complete edition or what, because it's like on sale right now, something like that.
No, it's not.
On Green Man Gaming, but
Uh-huh.
and it comes with like a month of playtime or whatever. Would that start automatically, or would that start when I get through the free stuff? How would that work?
Honestly,
Like
what I would tell you to do, don't buy
is
it.
wait till
Don't buy it. Do the free trial. Don't buy the complete edition. Do the free trial first.
yeah.
Because that would save you money. Because like you might not even get, you might start playing this and go, no, I don't want to continue playing, before you even get to where the free trial would end. So what I would do is I would play the free trial, because you really are not.
I mean, I played on doing that, but I was
that
just
much.
wondering if you maybe knew how that 30 days would work. Is that like an automatic thing that would happen, or
It
is that something you
depends on
choose
how
when
it's
to?
given to you. If it's given to you as like a code, then you could use it whenever. But like I said, I would
Okay.
not buy the complete edition. I would just do the free trial until you get past Heaven's Word, which is the first expansion, and the one that will really tell you, okay, I like the way this story is told, because how the base game tells a story, it's not as good as it is later. It's basically it's an entire expansion of like setup to like tell you an amazing story later.
Yeah. The only reason I'm like even looking at this is because it's like I think like 20% off on Green Man Gaming, like all the different bundles and stuff. I think it is. So, but yeah. But what you're saying is I can't even do the free trial right now.
Correct, because
Which
they're not
I didn't
accepting
know this.
new
I did see that article.
they're not accepting new registrations,
Yeah.
and you can only play at odd hours of the day.
Which of course I'm looking. I found an IGN article that linked to that MMO population site, and yeah, it says Final Fantasy is it's a lot bigger than World of Warcraft right now.
I mean, active users, yes.
Active players would it says active players, so that would be the subscribers, right? Like
No,
currently subscribed.
no. The active players are people who actually log in, because there are
Okay.
definitely people who have like a subscription to a gym. There are people who have
Yeah.
it, pay it, but don't use it.
I imagine it's not that much greater. I would hope not.
As it right now for Final Fantasy, no. World of Warcraft, that gap is probably a lot bigger.
Just the active players though, it's like 3 times as many.
Yeah.
As World of Warcraft, which is
Yes.
crazy. Like, but like I
And
said, I've heard besides you, which I do hear a lot from you, but besides you, I hear a lot about Final Fantasy 14. Like
it's having a heyday right now, which is for a 13-year-old game. That's amazing.
it's hard to believe it's that old. Like,
Actually, I think
don't.
I think I'm adding some years. I think it's 11 or 12.
Okay, yes. September 30th, 2010. Okay, yeah.
11
Still, yeah.
for an 11-year-old game. That had an absolute garbage launch.
Yeah.
Like a garbage launch where like the developers like just said, we're just going to nuke the world and make a new one.
Here we go. I googled Final Fantasy 14 so I could see, the initial release date, like the initial facts on Google, whatever, and then there's all the links. Free trial. I click free trial, and it says free trial temporarily unavailable due to ongoing. Yeah, so yeah, it's that. That's wild. Like, you were doing so good. We're doing so good. We can't,
Yes.
we can't sustain ourselves.
Yes.
We can't have more people play this game. Like, it's so like, wow. Good on them though. They're one of the few games that did like make a turnaround, Them and Rainbow Six Siege are the 2 big ones in the recent years that come to mind.
No Man's Sky as well.
No Man's Sky, yeah.
And I think
to an
that's
extent,
it.
yeah. And then you have all the wannabes like
BioWare, Anthem.
Yeah. And Outriders.
Did Outriders really want? Okay, I didn't know that Outriders wanted to be better. I just thought they were just okay.
Marvel Avengers ? Definitely, it did not turn out the way they thought it would. But
no.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Have you seen the Spider-Man stuff? Because Spider-Man is in the Avengers game now.
Yeah, PlayStation version. I have not. I've heard it's not great. Or
Like I've seen a bunch of TikToks of just side by side comparisons of the Spider-Man in Marvel and the Spider-Man in the Spider-Man game, and it's like, holy shit!
well, I'll I'll do you one better. I've heard the Spider-Man in Fortnite is actually pretty fun.
And then I saw
Yeah.
another one where it was a third video of Spider-Man in Fortnite, and that was better.
I saw an article that was like Spider-Man in Fortnite makes me want to play Fortnite. Like, and I'm like, well, yeah, you're the swinging in Spider-Man. Yeah,
Because
in Fortnite. Yeah.
the the clip of Avengers that I saw, it was of him swinging, and like every time he put out a new web, he just literally kind of stopped. Like his momentum just stopped, and then swung it, and then stopped, and then swung, stopped, and swung. I'm like, where's momentum? Like Spider-Man has momentum.
So it's like a teenager learning to drive.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole thing about Spider-Man is he's fast. He's got a momentum. He, swinging. That's why he swings. Is it's he's able to get places quick and fast and agile and yeah.
Yeah, it was just like somebody did not just like, okay, we're just going to do this one animation and then loop it. Also, something that should be a thing nowadays. In the Avengers game, Spider-Man's webs, it just sticks to the sky. It doesn't actually stick to anything. Like in the actual Spider-Man game and in Fortnite, you actually have to, when you swing, you have to actually have the web stick to something as you swing.
I feel like one of the either PlayStation or N64 Spider-Man games
Yes
did that where it would
they did.
What are you swinging to? You're it's not sticking to anything. What?
Yeah, it was the old Spider-Man, like PlayStation 2 games. We're like, okay,
Yeah.
you're way up above all the skyscrapers. You should not be here, but you're still swinging.
Exactly. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't until like the new Spider-Man game, or I want to say like maybe Amazing Spider-Man 2 game, because that was actually kind of good. Where that was actually you were actually sticking to buildings with the webs instead of just in the air, and that was like a huge thing. And then you get the Avengers game is just a regression back to the old, to what we moved away from.
God, and they made such a big deal. Like, yeah, we have to make sure we get that, feel of Spider-Man PS4. And they made such a huge deal about that when it was announced. And then it turns out, no, it's nowhere near as good.
Guess what? They sure didn't.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And what's crazy is I hear that Guardians game is actually pretty good.
I've also heard it's good.
So it's like, what happened? Because that's also Square, right?
I think
Square
so.
Enix. Did you? Oh, wow! You just reminded me of a news topic I got.
That is also Square. But it might not be the same developer as the Eidos Montreal. And it was done by Crystal Dynamics, Eidos Montreal, and a bunch of others were listed as development. Yeah. But I think Crystal, is the main developer. But Eidos was the one that did that. They're developer for the Guardians.
Yeah, Crystal is the main for Avengers. Yeah. But you just reminded me the people who make the DC MMO, they're going to be making a Marvel MMO.
Yes, I did hear
Yeah,
that. I
which
totally
I'm
forgot that too.
excited about.
I'm like, okay.
Because I actually enjoyed Marvel Heroes for what it was.
Yeah, it was okay. I didn't really care for it too much.
But
although the DC game, it was fun for like a few minutes, but then it got kind of old. So hopefully it's not just like it's that game reskinned, because one, that game's old.
True. It started out in PS3 and now we're at PS5. So
did Final Fantasy.
yeah, that's true. But that's actually made improvements versus I don't think the DC game has done as much improvements.
No, I don't think there's really been anything.
But I mean, they've had expansions and stuff like that. I know, I think, but nothing groundbreaking, I think. But the issue, the thing with that is also you're not playing the superheroes. You make your own superhero. That's like,
but they're all based
being a
off
mentor or mentee. Yeah,
they're not, like, you're not creating something new. You're just kind of being an amalgamation of like we're just gonna take a bit of this, bit of that, and
Batman's my superhero's mentor type of thing. Yeah,
but I can fly and have a Green Lantern ring.
But so I don't know. I don't know if I want it to be like that in Marvel, or if I want like to actually play as the superheroes, Well, actually I do know. I want to play as the superheroes. Like,
sure, yeah.
That's what I want. Like, I don't care if it doesn't make sense that you and me are both Spider-Man. Like, I don't care. Oh God. What?
This was last week. Like,
what?
That game doesn't. I saw it. Okay, that game. Yeah, that does not look good.
Not at all. Is that a PS3 screenshot?
No, because I don't think it's supported anymore. I think it's supporting like 10 years ago.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, I was just looking to see if the game had any updates recently. And yeah, this is as of the 9th. Yeah. New stuff, new shit, new raid.
Back when I listened to Kind of Funny and stuff, I would hear Greg Miller always talk about it. Like, that's how I knew it still was supported and there was stuff going on. He would jump back every time they did something and talk about it. So yeah, it has a community, but where is it on this list? This MMO population list. Where is it? Oh boy. Oh boy. Did I pass it already? DC Universe, right?
Yes.
I don't even think it's on this list. Wow. Yeah, it's not on. According to this list, it's not on there, and that's
yes, it is.
Is it? Where's
number 69?
Oh, is there? Wait, I don't see a next page button. This page I'm on.
It was just a continuous list for me.
Oh, it just goes to 64 and then stops for me. Huh. Okay.
See, subscribers, 300 and 50,000.
That's a good amount.
Daily
Like,
players 0.
well, that's not right. Wait. Yeah, this site may not be the most reliable
But as of
for at least for everything. But
as a recent one number of 3,000.
oh yeah. Okay, yeah, this site's not reliable. You know why, Stewart? Because number 50 is Maple Story 2, and that was shut down.
So was Star Wars Galaxy, and I also saw it on the list.
Oh yeah, that's number 40. Yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah. Yeah, okay. This site's bullshit for the most part.
But
Like,
okay, it does show 0. Like zero players playing. But that won't. Nope. As of 21, as of September, had 8,000 people playing Star Wars Galaxies. Where are private servers on this list too?
it says it's like has over. It says Star Wars Galaxies and Empire Divided. I clicked on it. As of today, it has around 30,000 daily live population. So yeah, I don't know. Get this site. Yeah. Anyways,
It is even on here. I was like, uh, let's see. In December 2011, official servers were shut down, but yet it shows active users. This
maybe it's people who, I don't know. Maybe it's people who have the game still installed, but I don't know.
Like that's what I'm saying. I was like, are private servers on this thing?
I don't
Because
know,
if it
man,
was,
but
then the WoW number might be more accurate. Because there's a huge private server WoW.
for classic or
No, I'm just like
because
vanilla.
classic is separate from this list.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm talking about vanilla WoW, not
Yeah.
classic.
The site BS, but yeah, like it sucks that these companies don't disclose the numbers, but also it makes sense because like WoW used to disclose the numbers because it was so impressive, but then it
And then
declined,
it started
so
going
they
down.
stopped.
So I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, it started to become news on how low our numbers are. So,
Even though it's still a high number, like, you know, 3-4 million, if that, just let's say 4 million,
yeah,
that's still pretty good, but it's not the 13 million it was at peak.
right.
So therefore it looks bad. So yeah.
Okay, what have you been doing? Because we've spent the past hour and a half talking about what I've been doing.
Yeah, right. Um, I've been playing computer. I don't know. Just I've had a lot of computer issues the past couple weeks because my computer was like, "Oh, you're wanting to replace me, so I'm gonna make your life hell."
I'm gonna go limp, and you're gonna drag me out.
Yeah. So I finally,
Like taking a dog to the vet.
I can't remember if I said this on the show or just to you, but I did manage to get a new motherboard and CPU.
Uh-huh.
And the only thing I was waiting on was RAM. I'm kind of having regrets on what I of my motherboard and CPU I picked out, but oh well,
I mean,
whatever.
they're
It's
better
still,
than what you had.
yeah, it's still better than what I had, but looking more into things, and of course, after I've already gotten it, YouTube wants to show me certain videos of people saying, "Oh, this is not as great," or "Oh, this,"
Yes,
I start to
exactly.
see stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I did manage to get the RAM though, finally. So I have my new computer. Well, semi new. Still got, case, CPU, SSDs, so it's not a completely, still monitor all that stuff.
I
But
mean,
so I
my
do have
my
that.
my computer still has an iBuyPower badge on it, but the only thing from iBuyPower that's still in that case is the case.
Yeah, yeah. So I did do that earlier. I started that early. I got it earlier this week. Um, Amazon's been shit for me lately.
Really,
As far as getting
that's
stuff delivered.
odd because they've actually delivered stuff to me lately ahead of schedule. Like, wow, you're doing awesome.
I blame like the post office more than Amazon, but I still contact Amazon because they give you courtesy credit if it's past, the
Mm,
day that Prime says.
mm-hmm.
So, you know, I'm still gonna do that, but I'll look and it'll be like, oh, it arrived. It arrived at 7 a.m. this morning in my local post office. Okay. Oh, okay. It's 7 p.m. and it's been postponed till tomorrow. What?
Oh, it's being shipped to Japan. Why?
And like that happened a few times to the point, and that happened to where it was like twice in 1 week, twice this week, and I was just like, okay, this is really getting your. And then, well, luckily, this helps me. They like were like, okay, we're gonna give you a one-time refund on your dog food, and I'm like, oh, sweet, okay, cool, I'll take that, the $20 like refund plus the courtesy credit you gave me for. Okay, sure, I'll take that. I'll use that for go towards next month's dog food purchase.
Right, and that's
So
also been when I would go to the post office and you know start like where the fuck is going on.
I might have to call them. Like, I hate doing that, but I might have to if it keeps happening, because like the dog food thing was a real like, I expect to have the dog food come in when it comes in because I need it to feed my dogs,
Right. See, I would actually
and
go
I
there because it's not saying it's being delivered, right? It says it's just being postponed. That means it should be there.
yeah.
I would
When it
go.
arrives at, like I said, it says it arrived at 7 a.m. So that gives them the whole day. Like what? Like,
Yeah, I would.
yeah.
I would
And
go
like I said, it
go in.
happened a, a couple times, like twice this week. For my RAM and for, wait, no, not for, actually, weirdly, did not, the RAM came in. I bought
Okay, it wasn't 2 days in a row for the same thing. It was two separate orders, right?
two, well, it happened to be 2 days in a row, actually,
Okay,
weirdly
yeah,
enough.
I would have gone in.
So, yeah.
I 100% would
But
have gone
yeah,
in.
because I bought some dog treats with courtesy credit I had for I told you, like when they shipped my motherboard, like they just slapped a label on the motherboard box and didn't put
Yeah,
it in a. So like it was just. Luckily, I was home, so I heard the doorbell, but it was just sitting on my front porch, showing the world, "Hey, this is a computer motherboard."
they did that exact same thing to my monitor.
And the box got all dirty, of course, because it's was traveled in just the in just the product box, so that got dirty, and then I've got the label, so like, and I like to keep those. I'm weird, I like to keep the boxes, for whatever reason.
You know what?
I
So do I,
store
but do I not? Do I have places to store them? No, I don't.
Yeah, I like shove them in a closet or something, like I keep like the install disc that it comes with, and like the random accessories for it that I don't use, or the
Old motherboard
stickers,
goes in
or
this box, in this new box now. It's completely mislabeled.
yeah, exactly. um so yeah, I bought some dog treats with that, and then I was like, oh crap, I need to buy dog food too. So I bought dog food the next day, and yeah, both of them ended up being delayed, weirdly enough. But both, like I said, both of them, like I'd look and it'd be like, yeah, it arrived at your local, it like one of them shipped from Oklahoma City, which that's not like 90 to 100 miles away.
Okay, yeah.
I've ordered stuff, I think, from Oklahoma that shipped out of Oklahoma City that came that day. Like,
Yeah.
weirdly enough. It's like I didn't even realize that it was a thing until it happened. And this one took a day extra from the 2 days. So yeah, I don't know. But so yeah, I got that. But so that's nice. I got that refund back. That 20 extra bucks. You know, but yeah, and just like then oh boy, I've talked to customer service a lot this week for that stuff, and then like what the courtesy credit they said they were going to give me didn't post, so I had to contact them again and say, hey, you told me you were going to give me this, and they're like, okay, sure, yeah, we'll do it. And I'm like, okay, cool. It's nice they do that. Like, I don't know if a lot of people know that. Like, if you order something in Prime and it comes late, you can like contact, like, I just do the web chat, because I don't want. I'm a millennial. I don't want to talk on the phone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I just do that, and I'm like, hey, it came. It said it was supposed to come yesterday, but it came today, and they give you $5 courtesy, and it's like Amazon stuff. It's not like anything. It has to be like Amazon sold, shipped and sold stuff. So like, whatever that means, but it's still a nice thing. But so I got my new computer, or my new setup. I'm noticing games running better. Yes.
Good.
I transferred my hard drive, I don't know why I keep saying hard drive. It's not a hard drive. It's a SSD. I'm just so used to saying hard drive,
Honestly, in my mind, they're just synonymous. Like they're just.
Yeah.
I
do
I'll
have
do
a
it too.
4 terabyte
Hard drive. I'll say
which,
hard drive, but what I mean is the NVMe. That's not a hard drive at all.
yeah,
That's a stick of gum.
exactly. That's the inside of a flash drive.
Right.
But so I got that. I feel like I'm not getting. I feel like I've only played a couple games. Destiny's I haven't played much, but I have, because other stuff, life, and then computer issues and all this and that. I was having a lot of sound issues, like since switching,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm gonna do a fresh install whenever I do get an M.2 NVMe, whatever. I'm gonna do a fresh install of Windows then, but for right now, I'm just like, well, what's the point? I'm gonna get one of those M.2s, so let's just hold off until I do get it.
All right.
But where was I going with this? But yeah, I was having some sound issues, and playing Destiny. I noticed some improvements, but not what I would think. I would feel like I would be getting more frame rates and stuff like that. And I'm wondering if maybe that's just because I don't have the fresh install, and
Possible.
might be certain drivers and stuff not working with each other, and whatever, and because I've gone on sites where it's like, like, oh, select your hardware and we'll tell you what the game should run, what what possible frame rates with a like 20% or 10 or is it like 10 or 20% like room for error? Yeah, how many FPS.com? Yeah. You can like you put your graphics card, your processor, that, and like shows you, it calculates like the frame rates based on like resolution, like 1080, 1440, 4K, all that stuff, 2K, all that stuff. And yeah, it should be higher, but it's not. And I'm just like, okay, but maybe, hopefully it'll be better. I'm sure it'll definitely be better once I get M.2. I was, I'm was virtually window shopping, looking at ones and stuff like that, just seeing prices and whatnot and seeing the speeds and like, oh my God, the speeds are so much faster than regular SSD. Oh my God. Or at least than the one I have, than the Samsung SSD I have as my main. Because I think the main SD I have is like a Samsung Evo something. I'm looking this up on Newegg where I ordered it 8 years ago. Yeah. it's crazy to think. Yeah, Samsung 840 series SSD. Speed is 5. The read speed is 530 MB and the write is 240. And like the M.2s, at least the one that I can get, is like, I think it's the Gen 3 versions. Because Gen 4, you have to have the 11th gen Intels
Mm-hmm.
to actually work. But the ones I saw, they're like, instead of 530, it's 3,500.
Woof.
So that's a big improvement. Like,
Yeah.
and then my RAM, it's DDR4 now instead of 3, but that was a huge jump up as far as is it frequency?
It's a number on the RAM
speed,
that determines how new it is. That's how I determine it.
Because the kind I got was it? Let me look this up now. Which I asked you about RAM, and you said yours was 2133.
Yes, it's the slower. It's a slow one.
Okay. Is that all it can do, or is that because have you tried XMP in your BIOS? Because that can.
Last time I tried that, crash.
Ah, okay.
Now
Maybe
I do have because okay. The reason it's slow is actually because I have 2 different types of RAM. I have 2 different.
That's what I was about to say. Maybe that's the
one
reason.
is faster,
Yeah.
one is slower. I'm seeing the stuff for the slower speed. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure the other speed I have. Let's see. How can I look that up?
Because what I got was a G-Skill, Ripjaw, whatever. Which I think I had G-Skill before, and that worked great for me. And I also looked at reviews and lots of stuff before actually buying it because I'm a geek like that. 3600. That's the speed. I went down a rabbit hole of like, oh, what's the difference? Should I get higher frequency and lower tuning or timing, or should I get higher timing and
I would.
I got into a rabbit hole.
I started doing that. I'm like, minute. Nope. But
Luck
there is some RAM. I found this out whenever I tried to enable XMP, and I was just blue screen. There is some RAM that it doesn't overclock,
Yeah.
and that is the RAM that I have. It doesn't overclock.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. It should show on the RAM if it does or not. Yeah. This one, I went with the higher frequency and worse timing. It's not huge, but I also saw like, oh, you can, if you really want to, you can
You can get into the
tweak
BIOS
it.
and tweak it. Yeah,
Yeah. And I'm like, maybe eventually, but
that
not
scares
now.
me.
I'm fine with this, because I think my DDR3 overclocked was the default DDR4 speed. So the 2133, I think that, and I found out about that like way after, like I think way after the fact, but that you had to do that. You had to go to the XMP to actually get the full speed of what your RAM is.
Yeah,
Yeah. So but yeah, I did that, so it's running at 3600, which is nice. I only got 16 gig right now, but I can upgrade that,
right.
for because the motherboard I got has 4 slots, so
Yep.
they still have they still make new motherboards that only have 2 slots though. They make some bare bone motherboards.
They,
Like,
I've seen some Linus videos of like some odd things that are still being made.
well, I mean, in the big companies, they make some bare bone, like
Yeah,
Asus and MSI. They make some like, oh, this motherboard only has one USB 3.0 port, and the rest are just USB 2.0s.
yeah.
I came across some of those when I was shopping, and I'm like, no, I don't want that. I don't want that.
This
No.
this motherboard only has one uh uh one expansion slot. What? And it's only an eight. It's only 8 speed. No thanks.
Yeah. Um, what's weird is my motherboard has a USB-C port,
Yes.
but for audio. There's a regular one for data, but then there's one next that's bundled up with the audio stuff. I don't know what, like,
Are they selling headphones with USB C? I mean, I
oh yeah, they do make those. Yeah, they
okay.
I have a pair just in case. I have a pair I bought on
You know what?
Amazon.
I guess that makes sense because you know what? So many phones now don't have headphone jacks. Sure.
Yeah. Out here, just for your reference, that's the one I went for. I went back with Asus. I'm an Asus fanboy. I've always had good experience with them. Like, so went back with there. Um, the only thing I kind of don't like is that you have to have the 11th gen Intel. Like, you have to have the 11th gen processors to have the new M.2 standard.
Mm.
That kind of sucks. So I have an M.2 slot that's just useless. Like,
Yes, but it won't take away one of your SATA ports though,
that's true. Yeah.
because
But
it
yeah.
will, which makes no sense. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
I mean,
agree with that.
there probably is some logic behind it, but as in as a layman, no, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
USB-C audio.
Um,
That's so weird.
right? 3.2 gen or 3.2 gen 2 audio type C. Like, what? Like, okay. Like, interesting. Um mostly went with this because it had the most like USB 3.2 Gen 2 slots. It comes with 4 of them. So plus the actual CE one, you know. But anyways, so yeah, I did not. The only issue I had when I built it, it posted automatically, or it posted first try,
Cool.
which score. It took a while to actually look and see. Okay, this where the fuck does this cable go? This little
Oh
fucking
yeah.
pin cable that that's the power button. Like,
Oh,
you
those
know,
those six little things. Like, okay, this is the power for the LED. This is the um this is negative, positive. Like, instead of a 6 pin, you just kind of put on there. It's each individual. They're on their own. I fucking hate it.
see, what I loved about my other motherboard is it had a little piece where you put those in the slot, and then you could stick the. It was like an adapter. Like you stuck them all on the little piece, and then you could stick the piece onto the mother where they go on the motherboard.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It was amazing, and I
That's
was looking at it like, oh, does this translate? No, it didn't. Yeah, I was upset about that. Yeah, it was great though. It was,
it
but
sucks when you have fat meaty hands.
oh, and the worst part is those pins are so tiny. I'm
They're
so afraid to break them.
they're so
Oh my
small.
god! And then the CPU fan, like the cable for that was just long enough where like, or just short enough to where it would fit, but I was afraid I was gonna like break the pins trying to get it to, you know, to fit just perfectly.
The most annoying, the thing that I have absolutely the most trouble with, and I actually now can connect it out with the motherboard outside the case. The top right or the top left power connector for the CPU
Oh
on the
yeah, that
motherboard,
was a pain. Yeah.
with the cooler that I have on there, I cannot get my hand down in there with the case to plug that in.
Oh, if you look at the one I sent you of mine, like you could see where it's at on the motherboard
That
and see that's a
that's
pain in the
exactly where it
ass.
was.
Yeah.
That's exactly where it is.
Yeah. It sucks.
You know what? I
It really
believe that
sucks.
that's a standard placement because I've had 3 motherboards that within that exact spot.
Yeah.
So I think that's a standard spot. Why? I
Mhm.
don't know. That's a terrible place.
Yeah, so I got it to post, but then I had to it would just go to BIOS and not, and not read my SSD, and I'm just like, "Oh, what's the issue? What's the it my SSD is like with Windows is formatted to the legacy, not the new standard of whatever, so I have to like turn on compatibility mode in the BIOS, and that's also the reason why I can't have Windows 11 right now. Like I everything, everything's. I checked immediately, and I have like all the requirements, but it's like, oh, your SSD is formatted to where you have to, you can't just upgrade. You have to install it fresh.
Do you want to format your hard
Not that
drive?
I
No,
not that I plan on going to Windows 11 anytime soon, but I
no.
just
You just to have the okay. I have the option. Yeah,
just to make sure.
but
Yeah,
you know what?
like.
I'm not gonna, but I have the option. That's all I want. That's all I want.
And I also went with the motherboard because it has a flashback BIOS button.
That's
So
handy.
if something goes wrong, click and it just goes.
That doesn't always
which
work though.
which I Stuart, I was afraid. I was afraid, but I updated the BIOS and it worked.
Oh, I wouldn't have done that. I
You
wouldn't have
had me
done that at
scared.
all.
You
I
had
wouldn't
me
have
so
updated at
scared.
all.
Yeah, but I did it. after watching a few videos and, reading some Reddit posts and making sure. So so I've been playing like real life, PC building simulator, like, yeah,
Well, not a simulator.
yeah, which God, I do like that PC building simulator game. It's fun. Like, have you ever checked it out? Like, it was
I've not
free
played it.
on Epic Games at one point,
Was
I
it?
believe.
Uh,
Yeah. Which, oh, they're giving away a new game every day till like,
yeah,
I don't know, for like 2 weeks.
I heard about that.
Yeah. So if you are listening, people check out Epic Games like daily. They're giving away new stuff. Yesterday's game I can't remember what it was, but I had it already, I think, or maybe I don't know. But today's I didn't have. It's that Neon Abyss
Neon
game.
Abyss. Yeah.
Yeah, which I heard good things about, but yeah, I have had some audio. I had some audio issues where I had to like I was playing Destiny and it just like there were so many issues happening and I was just like, guys, I can't play anymore. I got to figure this stuff out. Like this is so irritating. Like my headphones would disconnect and my mic would act up and it's just like it was just it was a pain.
Yeah.
It was and I'm just like, well, I expect, that because I'm not doing a fresh install, but still it's a pain. And I have all these extra audio drivers and stuff now
Right.
because from the new motherboard, and it's just like, oh, let's disable this because I'm not using this right now. Let's disable that so that doesn't become an issue.
Uh-huh.
Let's just keep the stuff enabled that I'm actually using.
That's exactly what I do.
Yeah. So, um, yeah. Uh, what's weird also, my motherboard has like an LED thing on the. I don't know if you look at the picture, but on the side, like on the the like the IO
Just close.
panel thingy, whatever. Like the part that goes through the back that you have the USB and all that ports and stuff on the side of that. There's like an LED thing or an
Oh,
RGB thing,
yeah.
and
Mine
you
are
can.
you're talking about the plug.
No, I'm saying on the actual side of it, like the actual like the metal part of it. If you're actually looking at it, there's a little like RGB thing that you can change the effects and stuff of. That's the like I
Oh,
guess
you're okay. I see
the
what you're.
Asus logo. You
Yeah.
see that little thing? Yeah, that's actual RGB, and there's like so many different options, and I'm just like, that's kind of
Well,
unnecessary.
you bought
Like,
a gaming motherboard. It's
it's
going to
like
have RGB. Try finding
that's
something. Try finding a gaming like component that does not have RGB. That's the hard.
I
That's hard.
I almost went with RAM that had RGB just because it was a good price. Um, but luckily I decided on the one I got, which doesn't, thankfully,
See,
because
if I had like a smaller case that had like a glass panel and actually like displayed my PC, I can get that. But no, I don't have a glass panel on my case. It goes and this computer goes under my desk. I don't fucking see it. I don't need
that's the
RGB.
thing. Yeah, like I turned that RGB thing in my motherboard off just because I'm not looking at it. Like, I
Right.
changed the effects and looked at it, like, oh, cool, it has a Starry Night effect, or oh, it flashes this way, or that. Okay, that's cool. That was okay.
My
Turn
GPU
off.
has an LCD screen that I can put anything I want on it.
Does yours have the? I can't remember. I saw there are ones where you can like have Tetris going on it. Like
It's
you can't actually
possible.
play Tetris. You can't actually play Tetris, but it's the Tetris effect. You
It
know,
it's possible.
like
Let me see. Um,
I did see there are some like that where, and I'm just like, oh
Oh, you know
god.
what? I did not, when I did a complete reboot of Windows, I did not reinstall that software.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, there's some crazy stuff, and it's just like, okay, that's great. I don't need that, but um, so yeah, the uh, the anything else? Yeah, it's. I've been having some struggles here and there just because I just imagine it's because no fresh install, which you know hopefully maybe next. I'm aiming towards next month to get hopefully get a M.2.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get like a crazy big one. I just wanted to get like a 500 gig one, enough for the operating system and then the core games I'm playing at the time,
Sure.
you know, because I have a 4 terabyte hard drive plus I have three like 250 SSDs. So
All right. Well, I made my old SSD that held my OS, my gaming drive.
yeah, I've got that. Like for right now, I have an SSD that's my like main, whatever Windows drive plus like it can hold like a game, maybe two, and then I have another SSD that's just for gaming,
Mm.
and then my 4 terabyte hard drive that's just for like media and other stuff, backup stuff. So then I have another 250 SSD that I need to do something with. I need to I upgraded and I just haven't like put it in yet. So, but yeah, so yeah, hopefully that I'm excited about that because like I was when I was mentioning, yeah, the speed upgrade will be so much. Like I expect that plus fresh install, it's gonna feel like a new PC again, you
Right.
know. So that's always a plus. I've started backing up everything too in preparation, like just to help get that out of the way,
Right.
like just just to make it a smoother process. I've got you know like all that stuff and cleaned up my you know current setup, and my desktop is now like three things, which before it was like 40 things because I let it get out of hand. It's typically how it goes. I like let my desktop get so cluttered, and then I just go through a purge, of organizing and deleting stuff. And but yeah, so I'm gonna be playing a lot of stuff this weekend. Hopefully, I got some new stuff installed and going testing things out that I was like, only able to play at like medium settings.
Mm-hmm.
Medium, and I maybe get like 90 frames. Now I can play at like high slash, because I'm playing at 1080p, even though my GPU is, I only have a GTX 1080. It's still good for 1080p
Sure.
gaming.
Absolutely.
Like, and I'm, I everywhere I look, because I did look this up. I was like, should I maybe try to get something, should I? And I'm like, no, I can wait till I can wait to upgrade. I
Sure.
don't have
The
to worry.
the the fourth gen is kind of, or the 400 series is just around the corner.
Yeah, sure.
I'm literally seeing those articles.
All five of them will be available whenever it releases. Um, God, I was just looking randomly, and like the GTX 1080s are overpriced still.
Yeah.
I'm seeing them go for so much, and I'm just like, oh god, that's disgusting. Like how overpriced this stuff is right now. Oh, I also I made the I just one of my big factors of like making this push now was, you know, because the Black Friday slash Cyber Monday deals were
Mhm.
going on at the time that I actually picked up the
Right.
CPU and motherboard. So I got some big savings there. Not as it was a disappointing Black Friday from what I could from what I saw and from what I've heard as far as like previous years. Just because inflation plus, you know, shortages plus, you know,
Mhm.
whatever. All around, not just like computer stuff, you know.
Right.
So that upsetting, but yeah, played some Destiny. They got their 30th anniversary stuff where like you said they've introduced you know, they've introduced they've introduced Bungie related stuff from previous things like, you know, they've got emotes that are like the Halo falling animation, like
Oh,
when you're you know,
okay.
the awkward like stumbling falling whatever, that's an emote where
Whoa.
that
That one?
yes, yeah, that one. They've got the armor lock because boy, everyone
Cool.
loves that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
not
Hero landing. Hero landing. I mean, that's essentially what that is. The
yeah, but I mean like
3-point landing.
the nobody liked the armor lock though. Like it was so frustrating like to play against someone who was using armor lock.
Yeah. Yeah. Like people
That's
who
what I meant.
used it loved it,
Yeah.
but people playing against it
Yeah.
not so much.
Yeah. Um they've got two swords that are out that are like look like they're made like they're it looks like it's the Halo sword split in half
Okay.
and then like half of the Halo sword is used to make another sword and then the other half is used to make another sword. So some people are kind of like speculating, oh, are we going to be able to combine them maybe or what? And I'm like, no, probably not.
No, I mean, even though yes, Bungie, there's still copyright issues, and
Yeah, yeah.
that sword is probably copyright.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. But yeah, this whole 30th anniversary thing is like, you know, cuz it it's supposed to like be about, you know, celebrating Bungie, not just Destiny. That's why there's, you know, the Halo
Right, because
stuff.
it's not the 30th anniversary of Destiny.
No, no. But there's supposed to be like I think uh was it Marathon? That was a or Bungie game,
Yes.
right? There's supposed to be stuff to that and other stuff. I don't know if it's coming or
Yeah, I was gonna
not
say
come like
the only other Bungie game I know is Oni.
there's just Oni, there's Marathon, there's Black and White.
That was Lion's Head.
Lion's Head, okay. There was what did Bungie do? Bungie. I've never played any of Bungie's other games besides Halo, so I don't know. I just like from what I've heard. Uh Myth. That's what that's the other one I remember hearing people talk about. Um
Crimson Pirates, right? Wait, no, that's not the game I'm thinking of. Then, what game am I thinking of? Um, shit. It was a. It came with Xbox Live. Um, like you bought like an Xbox Live kit, and it had like
oh
a headset,
um
a game. It was a pilot.
uh 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 what's the Geometry Wars, right?
No,
No.
no. This
Uh
was before Geometry Wars.
oh
Crimson
no.
Skies.
Crimson Skies. Okay, yeah.
That was it.
Yeah. But yeah, this is gonna be I don't know how they're supposed to be releasing stuff, I think, throughout the rest of this season, which is the season lasts till February 22nd,
So they got time.
and the season started, I think, when did the season start? Like August.
I do like the name they have for the battle rifle.
Oh, that thing is great. I
The
love that thing.
BXR. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
I like that name.
that's one of the current weapons I'm using. They got a sidearm that I guess it's trying an exotic sidearm that's kind of trying to be the, I guess maybe the Halo 1 pistol.
I can find a good list of all the weapons and not just like, here's a weapon.
Yeah. I'm imagine that's what it's trying to be, but I don't know because I didn't play Halo 1 back in the heyday, and I don't have like the, I only know of it from what people said, about it,
Oh,
that the Halo 1 pistol was.
I would look at that and go and not connect that to the Halo 1 pistol.
I mean, it may not look like it, but like it's powerful. Like when I actually was using it, I'm like, oh, I'm one shotting like random guys in the head like easily. Oh my god, this thing is kind of nutty.
See, that is definitely a carbine. Like,
Yeah.
definitely.
So that's going on for
I don't know
the
what that
next
grenade
while.
launcher is supposed to be.
I don't know if everything is supposed to be a reference or not, but yeah. And they brought Gallahorn back too.
But it's an anniversary. Of course they did. It's been 2 weeks
So,
since we put that out, so we got to put it out again.
well, I mean, this is the first time Gallahorn's been in Destiny 2.
Oh no, it definitely has been in Halo 2.
No, I'm talking about the rocket launcher
Yeah,
from
I know.
Destiny
Yeah,
1.
I know which one. First, it had to have been in. I know we talked about it.
It is the first time it's been in Destiny 2. Like it got re-released it got re-released in Destiny 1. The last expansion that came out for Destiny 1, they decided just to give it to everybody.
Yeah, but I swear it's been out since then.
No.
Huh.
Now they've been bringing back everything from Destiny 1 into Destiny 2 instead of making new things. Maybe that's what you're thinking about,
No, I'm
because
simply
that's been
thinking
a complaint.
of the Gallarhorn.
Which it's got an interesting perk. It like one of the perks on it is it gives if you're using it, it gives your teammates who are using non Gallahorn rocket the Wolfpack rounds, which are like the Wolfpack rounds where like you hit impact you impact an enemy, and then it turns into like other, like what's called Wolfpack rounds. It explodes into other rockets that hit the enemy. So I don't know. It is kind of powerful, but they do this. They introduce new exotics overpowered, and then they nerf them later to the point where it's so on the nose because they've teamed up with Nerf to make a Nerf Gallahorn.
Maybe
You
that's
can
what I'm
buy a Nerf
thinking
Gallahorn.
of.
Yeah, you can buy a Nerf Gallahorn right now,
That's probably that could be what I'm thinking of.
and that's new too. That's not like that's not an old thing, but yeah. So yeah, but I haven't had too much time to play.
Nope, there's
There's
not.
new activities and stuff in this. There's a new dungeon. The dungeon's kind of fun. They launched the dungeon broken where you couldn't like play through it multiple times. Like you can only play through it one per character to get loot, and then they would lock you out. So it wasn't farmable until they patched that yesterday, though. So that's at least good. And I've mentioned this before. I think in the new dungeon is underneath the loot cave.
Okay, yeah, I remember talking about the loot cave.
So yeah, they're to open the door for the dungeon, you've got to kill these hive thralls, and they drop like these these exotic engrams that you have to pick up, and then you have to you have to take them to this crystal, and it it's like a debuff, or it's a modifier, and if you don't, that has a countdown, and if you don't like take it to the crystal before the countdown expires, you die.
Oh, lovely.
So, but when you pick up a new one, the it's like 30 seconds you have, but when you pick up a new one, it resets. This dungeon there's a lot of like, oh, you hit this button and now spikes came out of the wall and killed you. Oh, you hit there's a lot of like traps and stuff in this dungeon versus previous dungeons, and it was quite frustrating to go through the first time. Like, oh, I stepped on this and I died because spikes came out of the wall. Oh, I opened this door and spikes came out of the wall because it was the wrong door. Like, there was a lot of that kind of stuff. Oh, I'm going up these stairs, and an Indiana Jones style giant barrel is rolling down the stairs hallway, and I didn't see the little crack in the little hole in the wall that you have to jump through to hide. Oh, that's frustrating. It's frustrating at the beginning, but once you know how to get through it, it's all right. But yeah, so that's, I guess, well, that's about it for me. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to go too much longer on what I've been doing because hasn't been a whole lot, but next time I'll have a lot more because I'm going to be playing a lot more games, testing things out, seeing, oh, I can, I my frame rate's a lot better on this game, or I can play this game at high/ultra. Oh, awesome,
Yeah. I think we can get through the news topic that we have left real quick because we're running long, and it's getting late, and my mom called me like an hour ago, so I need to call her back. The Game Awards happened last week. And be honest, who pays attention to the awards? It's just it's just the thing of like, here's new shit. Here's like the time between E3s, we get the Game Awards where a bunch of shit's announced.
World exclusive.
World premiere. Yeah. All that shit. And that's really why everybody watches, not so much the awards. Although the games that win do deserve awards, but nobody watches for the awards. We'll just kind of go through kind of the major things that kind of came out from this. There was a trailer. There was a demo that was kind of released with this that kind of ties in with the Matrix, and it's a demo for Unreal Engine 5, and it's only available on PlayStation 5 and Series X and S's, so neither of us can actually play it. But
it's not available on PC. Wow,
no, that's amazing. I know, but it's not. And I kind of know why. I kind of guess why, because with PlayStation 5 and Series X and S, the hardware they're going to be using, so they can really kind of fine tune and make it the absolute best experience. Or with PC, you have so many different hardware and hardware combinations that that could be a mess. And this was just a showcase of like, this is what Unreal Engine 5 could look like. And I watched a video on it, and there's a video on IGN. It's a little less than 50 minutes long. It looks phenomenal. Holy shit! Like Unreal Engine 5. I can't wait for games to come out on Unreal Engine 5 because it looks amazing. And just like from like the TikToks that I've seen of people actually going through it and playing it, like, look at this. You know, you can see the reflection. You can see my reflection in this car door, and the reflection coming off of me from the car. Like I'm actually kind of tinted red because the car is red, and that's like, it's amazing. Like it. The graphics, this demo looks 10 times better than the CGI we got in the Matrix movies.
Do you know what the kicker is, Stuart? You're only seeing this in 1080p. You're not even seeing
Right.
the 4K.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. On IGN, there is a 4K version of this that I'm only seeing 1080p. So I mean, it's just like,
which I
still
don't know what 4K looks like on a, you know, like
either,
which is
and
crazy.
Like in Keanu Reeves and Carrie Ann Moss, they look amazing. You can definitely tell they're not real, but again, I keep hearing this phrase, and I'm going to repeat it. That Unreal Canny Valley is getting smaller.
Yeah. When it's done right, yeah.
So that was cool. That was cool because that came out of this. There's a new Star Wars game being done by Quantic Dream, which is the Detroit and something human.
Being Human.
No, that's not Being Human. Cause I think that's the name of the show. Become Human.
Become Human.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that. I
mean, the trailer doesn't show
the trailer doesn't show you a damn thing. Like it's a good looking Star Wars trailer. But
it doesn't show anything, what type of game it is, how, like, nothing. Just like, hey, this is in the Star Wars world.
Like
looks familiar?
What type of quick time events are we going to be doing? Like that's what I want, because it's Quantic Dream. They do quick time games like that. That's it's the head people who did Heavy Rain, like Detroit Become Human. Oh shit, was other Indigo Prophecy. Like that's what they do. Story games that you sometimes interact with.
Beyond Two Souls,
yeah.
I only ever played some of Heavy Rain. I never finished it.
I played Indigo Prophecy and Detroit, and Indigo Prophecy was just weird, and Detroit was good. And then there was that Microsoft slash TV show that they did.
According to Wikipedia, that's not them.
Was that not
as
them?
far as games developed?
I thought that was them.
And Indigo Prophecy isn't them either. According to Wikipedia, games developed. Fahrenheit. Which I've heard of. But
no, Fahrenheit is that's the name they changed to.
Oh, okay.
It's Indigo Prophecy in North America. It's Fahrenheit other places. But no, I'm listening. I'm looking Google. It's Quantic Dream.
Okay. I'm just, like I said, I'm just looking at Wikipedia, their games developed thing, and I don't see the Microsoft one that they did.
I can't think of
Their
the name of it.
TV. It was Quantum Realm, Quantum something. It was Quantum something.
Quantum Break,
Quantum Break. Yeah.
and that was Remedy. Okay. Okay. I thought that was them. Anyway, who knows what this is going to be? It's set in the High Republic era, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'd rather more games be set in the Old Republic era though. So
I just like we're getting I just love that we didn't get the EA, we have the license again renewed for we're seeing Star Wars games from others because EA did shit with that license.
they did
Like,
2 games, 2.
even if they were both good games, right? It was only 2.
Right.
Like,
let's see. Moving on. Alan Wake 2 is finally happening. I swore Alan Wake 2 happened, but I'm confusing it with American
Nightmare. Yeah.
I'm like, what? Okay, are they remaking Alan Wake 2? Nope. I had to look it up. I was
It was like
confusing
a
it.
standalone expansion thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So Alan Wake 2 is finally a thing, and Alan Wake fans rejoice because I definitely saw that on Discord.
I'm happy. I enjoyed Alan Wake 1. It was great. It was it was one of the most atmospheric games I've ever played. Like, it made me there were times I didn't know if I actually saw something, or if just made me think I saw something, or I just thought I saw something but actually didn't see it. Like traveling in the shadows, and having to worry about your gathering batteries for your flat. It was I loved it. It was great. And I don't really like those type of games much, horror, spooky games. I'm not really a fan, but I enjoyed the first Alan Wake. So this will be good.
Yeah, that's happening. So is a Wonder Woman game being done by the people who did Middle Earth, the Shadows of Mordor, Shadows of War games. So okay, cool. Nothing was really shown except here's a slow motion shot of Wonder Woman. That was it. That was all we got.
Yeah. No.
This one I didn't even watch the trailer for because I don't care. Elden Ring. Ever since I found out that that's gonna be a Souls-like game, and I don't like that genre at all, I've
But
lost interest.
it's written by the Game of Thrones guy.
That just means it'll never be finished.
Right?
And just because he did one good thing doesn't mean he can do another. Just saying. So we got a new trailer for Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. I don't know about that game. I don't.
It was worrisome that we saw, this announced, and then a year, 2 years ago, something like that.
It was a while ago.
And
It was
yeah, and it's
yeah, it was like 2 years ago.
and we're just now seeing gameplay,
And the gameplay it looks all right. It was definitely very these are the high points of our game. But I kind of got flashbacks of Avengers had, these are the high points of our game. I'm kind of like,
It looks like a mix between. Well, it kind of looks like Sunset Overdrive in a way.
I had that exact same thought. Like, this is very Sunset Overdrive. It looks
With the
very gamey.
movement.
It looks
Yeah.
very gamey. Like that's like a lot of video games now, like they don't kind of feel like, or they don't kind of look like video games. Like they, character movements are, they're more fluid and that kind of stuff. This one, you just look like you're playing a video game, which that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
We got a trailer for the Halo TV series coming on Paramount Plus, coming out next year. Didn't hear Master Chief speak. We did see him though. We did see him. But honestly, at this point, it looks like a cosplayer. Because we have seen so many amazing Spartan armor. Like at this point, it's a cosplayer. I cannot not see a cosplayer in that suit. I can't see Master Chief.
Remember when the Xbox One launched, or around their launch, and they announced that Steven Spielberg was going to be doing the Halo on Showtime?
Uh-huh.
And now we have on Paramount
And it
Plus.
didn't involve Master Chief at all. Yeah.
Like,
I don't again, just like Halo 5, I don't remember a damn thing about that TV thing except for Spartan Lock. That was it.
Oh no, not that.
Oh.
I'm talking about like there was going to be a master.
No,
there was going to be an
I
actual
know.
Halo Showtime show.
I
with
know what you're talking about now.
Steven
Yeah.
Spielberg. Yeah, not the one that. Yeah, no. Yeah, but see it. They're gonna they're gonna remove his helmet, and it's gonna be terrible.
Well, we saw what he looked like underneath at the end of Halo 5. I do remember that. I do remember we saw his face in Halo 5.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah.
Which is like, I don't know. It's the problem with live action versions of stuff like this.
Well,
is the actors have
we
egos,
have seen him, what he looks like as a kid, also.
Yeah, I mean that's
in
yeah,
comics and like there's like animated things.
Yeah, when they finally showed the Mandalorian, like I was kind of upset there. Like, not outraged like people, but it's kind of cool to have a character that, like, you don't know what he looks like, and he's this mysterious, badass.
I'm sorry, it was the end of Halo 4. And we only saw his eyes. Like it was just a close up of his eyes.
Yeah. That's nothing. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll definitely watch it when it comes out.
It's a thing. Yeah.
I'm gonna skip a couple things on this list. Forspoken. That game looks so much fun. Holy crap, I cannot wait to play that game. It's a mix. It's a mix of like magic and parkour, and it looks like you're kind of like sliding around on the ground, kind of launching yourself off of rocks, shooting like these energy kind of bolts at enemies and stuff. It looks hella fun. The only issue I kind of had with it, like it looks really fun. The audio was kind of weird. Like, as in like it sounded like, okay, when voice acting is done, it's usually done in a quiet, in a quiet room, kind of, no reverberation whatsoever, and then it's recorded, and then the uh reverb and effect and kind of stuff that's added on to after the fact. This one, it sounded like they recorded everything on location of like wherever the scene was.
Oh.
So like you got this odd, like this big wide open room. It's going to have echo. You heard the echo, but it kind of sounded like the echo was coming through the microphone, and it was just like, it was something I picked up on, and it just sounded weird to me. I know that's just me. That's just something I heard.
Okay.
Let's see something else. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie. We got the trailer for that, and we
Oh,
heard
God.
Knuckles. We heard Knuckles and Tails. But the main thing is we heard Knuckles. We heard Idris Elba as Knuckles, and boy, does that voice not match that face.
Not at all. Tails, whoever did Tails, that sounds
Spot
like
on.
Tails.
Spot on.
That sounds good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
I had to check IMDb to be like, was this like the tail? Because is this like maybe the person from like one of the
It kind of sounded like,
cartoons? And
yeah.
no,
It kind of like
it
from like
wasn't.
the
No,
cartoon, like, yeah, no.
it
But
wasn't.
Idris
But
Elba,
it was good. Yeah.
yeah, Idris
Yeah.
Elba
No.
as Knuckles.
Yeah.
That was a choice. Maybe not. Maybe you shouldn't have made.
It's a popular name, so
Just like Chris Pratt doesn't mean that you got to put him in the voice for everything.
yeah. Oh, this seems interesting. Star Trek, created by the Telltale veterans.
Yes, I watched the trailer for this, and I was going to come to that after this. The trailer looked like one of those fake mobile games. Like you've definitely seen them, like because it's Telltale, so you have options, but it looks like one of those fake mobile games that, like, we're showing something here that is definitely not part of the gameplay of our mobile game.
Oh yeah.
It looked like that, and I was like, that's kind of weird. And we've got not Leonard Nimoy Spock in the game. Like, that was a choice. You could have had anybody else in that role, I guess. I don't know how eccentric Spock is to that story, but this is set post TNG. So, and I'm assuming it's post TNG, but pre card. I don't know. I don't know when this story takes place. Let's see what else kind of caught my eye. Among Us is getting VR,
Of course.
and I'm looking forward to watching people play it. That's all I gotta say. Oh, this one was a big one. Final Fantasy VII Remake is out now on PC. It wasn't at the time of this, but it is now, as of yesterday.
Epic Games exclusive.
Yes, I was kind of sad about that. And it's $70. I will wait for a sale. Like, I plan on picking this up because this is like the stuff they added to the PS5 version. This is integrate, so it's new stuff.
Well, you know what, Stuart? There's the Epic Game sale going on where you get $10 off. Coincidence? Huh? Huh?
Still not paying 60 for a game I've mostly already played.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, you've played it, but I was kind of upset about that. I was like, oh, because I haven't played it and I'm interested in it, but like, no, I'm not. That's too much right now, especially since I'm like, yeah. But yeah. So I'm definitely gonna wait for a sale or whatever. So, but it was a shocking, like, because it's been over a year and a half since it came out on PlayStation.
Right. And then it made a move to PS5 and added new stuff. And that was in May. And it's just now coming to PC.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oof. Man. When part 2 hits, oh boy. Been waiting 10 years for part 2.
Oh, part 2 will be on the PS6 before PC.
Maybe.
Uh,
Let's see. We got a Witch Queen trailer for Destiny 2. I didn't watch it. But I'm assuming you've seen it.
Maybe. Um, I've seen some trailer. I'm not. Maybe it came from this. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
That's oh, go ahead.
I was about to say, I'm surprised you didn't mention Saints Row. Was it not anything good?
Uh, it's I don't know how I feel about the new Saints Row game yet.
You liked Saints Row though in the past, right?
I love Saints Row. I love Saints Row.
I'm just
but like
making sure I'm not confusing you with someone else.
no, I love Saints
Yeah.
Row. I don't know. It just
God, is Dying Light 2 not out yet? I feel like that game like
no
has been about to come out for like the longest time.
no it keeps getting delayed.
Yeah, like I feel like that game should have been out years ago.
Well, another game that I should have found out came out years ago, Tunic, that Fox that people keep calling a Fox Zelda game.
Oh yeah.
I swear we saw a trailer like 5 years ago. Well, it's finally got a release date, March.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of scrolling down because there's one other thing. Yeah, one other thing that kind of caught my eye.
Oh, PUBG is free to play now?
PUBG is free to play now. Yeah. Which okay, it with a subscription service. That's also another thing. There's a quote subscription service, but it's a one-time fee. I don't know how much subscription that is.
What's the lifetime subscription?
Yeah, otherwise known as buying the fucking game.
Right? But I mean, $12.99. At least that's
Yeah, and you are, let's see, which they call what do they call it? Battlegrounds Plus, what they call it. You get a bunch of coins. You get a 100% boost to XP. You get a new medal tab on career, or a career medal tab. You get access to ranked mode, custom games, and then an exclusive outfit. But if you already bought the game, you already have it. So pretty much anybody who's going to play this has it. Because who's playing PUBG now, or who's going to play PUBG
That hasn't, yeah.
that hasn't?
Homeworld 3? Okay. That's funny. I'm just looking through this, seeing if anything catches my eye.
Well, I want to talk about the Golem game. Did you watch
Oh, yeah.
the trailer for that?
No.
They picked an interesting look for Golem. Put it that way. And the person doing the voice of Gollum is not fucking doing a Gollum voice.
Really?
Yeah. Like so many people can do that Gollum voice. How can you not find somebody to do that voice? I got a fucking
I mean,
ad.
it's Golem-like, but it's like their interpretation of Golem.
So many
It
people can do
sounds
that
like.
voice though.
Yeah.
Like it is shocking how many people can do that voice.
It's like the voice director said, like, okay, the regular Golem voice is kind of a little too over the top. Like, try to take it and make it more realistic. And that's what this kind of sounds like. Like it, it sounds like
It
that's
just
what
sounds
they're
like
trying to
somebody
go
doing
for.
this. It's just somebody
Yeah.
doing this voice. And I can't do the Gollum voice, but I can try and make it'll probably sound better than what that.
Yeah. But yeah, it sounds like they that's what they were whether or not that's what they're whether or not they nailed it, I don't, that's up to whoever to decide, but that's what it sounds like they're trying to go for.
And who's making this? Deltic Entertainment. I have no clue who that is.
I mean, a game about Golem to begin with is kind of weird. Like,
Well, it's an untold story.
yeah, that's the
Probably
name of it.
set between the time of Hobbit um and Fellowship. Like there's a good like what 50 years?
Is there source material for that, or is this like just made up stuff?
Probably made up stuff. I mean, there might be something. Probably not. Now there could be a short story. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just kind of the issue with sometimes when you're doing Lord of the Rings things, it's just like, I don't know, like, yeah. I did come across the Lord of the Rings TikTok where it was like the cast rapping about Lord of the Rings. Like, I think this was like a late night skit,
Maybe I've seen that.
and it had Method Man in it.
What? Hold on.
And he was rapping about how, like, I'm only here because they couldn't get Ian McKellar, and like they kept saying, like, like number one trilogy. That's what the thing was, and they were like, oh, fuck you, Anna Kendrick, like, and
What?
it would go to her being like, what? Like, and then they mention Twilight, and they go, fuck you, Anna Kendrick, and she's like, I was barely in those movies. it was crazy, but no, it was like the cast of the four main hobbits from Lord of the Rings, and it's like, I don't disagree. I've said this. I think it is the best trilogy. Like, Name me another trilogy that's better. There seems to always be one movie in other trilogies that are like not really that great, but I would say all three Lord of the Rings movies are solid. Like,
Doing work is motion capture in it. Star Wars is better. You make me sick. Jar Jar can go ahead and suck my ring. Lord of the Rings is the #1 trilogy. Ask John Monahan, or you can ask Billy. Sean Astin to your
yeah,
family.
this is it.
Actually silly. Will Elijah Wood join us? I don't know, Willie.
Yeah.
Elf, dwarf, wizard, human, hobbits of the Shire. Bring the ring to Mount Doom and I throw it in the fire. Such a good drill that I wish they made 4 though.
This one's a better decent than your favorite porno.
A Strider, so
All right. That's
It's
interesting.
so good. Like,
That's
it's just-
interesting.
is this new? I've Googled this, and is this a new
Um,
thing or an older thing?
This was this was posted on Colbert's. This was on. This yesterday.
Okay, yeah, I saw this. I want to say I saw this yesterday. Yeah, like on TikTok. I was just like, I don't know if this is an old thing.
It already has a
being
million
reposted, or-
views.
It's good. It's really good, and like the whole "fuck you, Anna Kendrick," and then it just goes to her. She's actually in it, and it goes to her, and she's like, "What? What are you doing?" Like, I was barely in the Twilight movies. Like, yeah, it's some good stuff. So yeah, like a Method Man joins in, and it's just like, what? What even is this? Like,
What I can't is Dominic Monaghan doing that voice.
yeah, that voice is so weird.
Like that voice he just did is so weird.
Yeah. I don't see him in as many things, and I like him.
He's great.
I like
yeah.
him as an actor. He was like my favorite character in Lost.
I like Dominic and Billy. They're fantastic. I want them in more things.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you don't see them very
Agree.
often.
No. Yeah. I'm gonna watch that video again later. It's so good. But yeah, Gollum game is it's interesting. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Anyway,
We're getting a
that's
lot of games next year due to delays.
yes. And then we'll get delayed
So-
again.
Because they want to avoid other games that are coming out. Yeah.
Or they realize like, oh shit, we're not done yet, and we should probably delay. But we're lucky because we don't have a big corporate overlord above us.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It's becoming rare that a game comes out when it originally was,
Yes,
announced to be. Like,
it is
That's
becoming
just-
rare.
just don't announce it yet if you're not sure. Like, or don't announce the release date.
I want
if you're
a
not sure.
major AAA game to just do a surprise drop. Just, hey, here's this fucking awesome game, and it's out now. Apex Legends.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I mean,
It wasn't quite like that, but the Fallout 4 was pretty close.
I mean,
that was only a
Apex-
couple months.
well, Apex was like a week.
Well, yeah. But that was also like not no one knew that was going to be what it is type of thing too.
True.
So that's another game I'm looking forward to trying to see how it plays on my new setup.
Oh, wait, going back to PUBG. Maybe PUBG will work for you now. Because the last time we both tried to play PUBG, it did not work for you.
Yeah, it's like it's the weirdest thing too, because it for me, it was it got worse. Like it was great. It worked fine, for me. And then the more time it was out, the worse it ran. It was weird. Like, it's like, no, this worked perfectly before, and now it's not. Like, what the hell did y'all do to that? But now I'm done with PUBG, I think.
Yeah, I am too. All right, it is 10 o'clock. We need to wrap this up.
Yep, I'm good with that. So yeah, game of the most noteworthy stuff we thought.
Yeah.
From the Game Awards announcements. But that has been this has been episode 439 of the Geeks for the Win podcast. Be sure to follow us on Twitter. Stuart's at Casual Terror, and I am at WillPlayGames_, and we will catch you next time.
And remember, no animals are harmed when we make this podcast.